Please watch this video to the end. I'm going to be sharing with you some important tips on setting up the trade copier correctly and the appropriate settings that you need to make sure that it's going to copy everything that I do so that you don't miss any trades. So here we are on the thank you page. This is what you see as soon as you purchase, and we give you the link to the members area. And then you're going to click right here to go to the trade copier dashboard. So you're going to click on this. It's going to open up a brand new window, and it's going to send you over to Social Trader Tools. Now, the Social Trader Tools page that you're going to land on is My Trade Copier Service. This is a white label trade copier service. And the first thing you're going to do is click on Follow Signal. So we're going to follow Signal, and you'll see here that this one, at the time of this recording, and it may change at some point in the future, but right now it reads Joe's Trade Copier Service Verified. You want to click on Select. And if this is the first time that you've been on this page, you're going to click Register. If you have already registered and created an account, you're going to click Login if you've come back to this page. Now, something that I want to mention before we go any further, if you have already created, prior to using My Trade Copier Service, if you've already created an account on Social Trader Tools and you've already used them in the past, don't use that account. For some reason, I don't know why, but people try to just log in with their credentials from a previous account, and it doesn't work. It doesn't allow them to connect. You don't want to do that. So just create a brand new account, use a brand new email address that you have never used on Social Trader Tools before, if you have used Social Trader Tools and created an account in the past. If you haven't, and this is the first time you've ever landed on Social Trader Tools website, just click Register. We're going to start, and I recommend, even if you already have another account on Social Trader Tools, just click Register. So here we're going to click Register. The first thing I want to bring to your attention is, if you use Yahoo, you may not see the verification email that Social Trader Tools is about to send to you. So I recommend using a Gmail account. But I'm going to pause it here while I enter in my details. Okay, now I entered in my name, my email address, and the password that I decided on. You create your own password because you're going to use that password and that email to log back into the Social Trader Tools website. So right here, this is the next thing I see after I click Submit or Register. I see before proceeding, please check your email for verification. I'm going to, if you don't see it, give it 5 minutes and refresh your email. But if you don't see it, click Resend again, and then again if you don't see it. And if you used Yahoo, then you know it didn't work. Now I'm going to open up that email account. Now here is the email that I just received from Social Trader Tools. Click this button right here to verify your account. Now it's going to open up automatically the Social Trader Tools website once again, and we're, for the most part, sort of back where we started, but one step further. We're back to where we started here. We want to click this Follow Signal one more time, and we want to click Email Alerts and Trade Copier. So select. Now we are starting to set up our account, and we've added my signals to your Social Trader Tools profile. It's now beginning the process of linking. We still have to add your account, but we're beginning this process here. Now we want to go over here to this drop-down menu on the left-hand side, and you want to go to the third option, which is Configurator. Click the drop-down menu, and now we're going to add the account. We're going to add your trading account to it. Now keep in mind, you can add any trading account. You can add a demo account that has nothing to do with a funded account, or you can add the funded account, which is also a demo account in the beginning stages. Remember, you still have to pass the evaluation. That's why you're using My Trades. You're copying My Trades to pass the evaluation. So you're going to be adding your demo account, or you can simply, if you've purchased this subscription for the trade copier to trade and copy trades for your live Forex account, it's got nothing to do with a funded account, that's okay too. You can use it for any purpose. There is a warning here that Social Trader Tools is notifying everybody. Brokers regularly disconnect their servers for maintenance on the weekends. You may already know that. And sometimes it will cause a issue with the trade copier. So when they disconnect their servers for maintenance for whatever reason, it will also disconnect the trade copier. So you may get a notification over the weekend that you were disconnected, but it's not us, it's not me that's disconnected you or turned off your trade copier. It's just an update that your broker is making. So if you don't see any trades on, let's say, Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, 3 days in a row, and you're wondering why isn't it working, you may want to come into the dashboard and check to make sure that it's turned on, that the trade copier is turned on, and that your account is still added. Most of the times, I'd say 99% of the time, it does reconnect all by itself. You don't have to do anything. But we're going to add an account right now. So we're going to click on this button. And here is where we give it a descriptive name, who it is. So we need to verify who you are. It may be a good idea to just use your descriptive name as your email address. So again, make it as easy as possible for us to identify who you are. You may consider just using the email address. Just type in the full email address right there in the descriptive name that you use to communicate with us, and perhaps the same one that you use when you purchase from us, so that we can validate and verify it. Let's say the same email address that you used to pay the invoice when you signed up for my service. That would be a great idea, so that we can quickly identify who it is. Again, if you use some random name like test or something, I see all kinds of different things. It doesn't give me the opportunity to identify who you are, and we may end up deleting it, and then you may say, hey, why was my account deleted? And we'll say, well, you got to make the descriptive name as easy as possible for us to identify who you are. So I'll leave it there. Again, use perhaps the email address that you used when we sent you the invoice to pay for the trade copier subscription. That would be a great idea. And then move on here to your account number. Now, again, you can use any account. You can use a live account that you already have, that you've been using for a long time. You can use a demo account that you just created, or you can use the demo account for a funded challenge. Like, let's say Lark funding. You just purchased it. Now you would drop in the account number right here and the password. So I'm going to enter in these details. And here you're going to select your broker. Let me show you what that looks like. It's going to be a drop-down menu. So you'll be selecting your broker here. Now, sometimes people get a little bit confused if this is the first time you've done it. Let's say, for example, you're using a funding company. And it's, let's say, for example, Lark Funding. Lark Funding is not the broker. You need to find the broker. Lark Funding is just the funding company. You need to find the broker that is offering you the MT4 platform. And it's 8 cap. For example, I know that it's 8 cap with Lark Funding. So we're going to scroll down here to 8 cap, not Lark Funding. You won't find Lark Funding here because they're not the broker. 8 cap is right here. So you'll see here, select server. So it's either going to be a demo or a live account, whatever options they've given you. And then you're going to click add account. So let me show you how fast this connects and adds your account. Okay, so here we are. That took just a moment. Like, it didn't take very long at all for it to connect. Again, I'm seeing this message right here because I'm actually creating this video on a Saturday, so it may be the reason why this is on here. You may not see it if you do everything that I'm showing you here on the during a weekday. Now, you'll notice a couple of different things here. So the first thing we want to make sure, and it may take a few seconds, so I recommend just leaving this page alone for about 3-4 minutes, 5 minutes, and then refresh the page, because you need to make sure that you see a green check mark right here on this account that I just added. You want to see a green check mark, which means that the account was successfully added and it's now in the Social Trader Tools system. Now, there is a warning sign right here. This warning sign, if you click on it, you'll see that it reads, warning, too many symbols. What that's saying is that there are too many symbols inside of the MT4 platform itself. So if you open up your MT4 platform, let's say, for example, you just got this Lark funded account or a funded account and you haven't even downloaded the MT4 yet. You don't have to. You don't have to download the MT4 if you don't want to. It may not really have an issue or cause any issues for you. But some people like to download the MT4 platform and keep it on their computer. So if you do decide to download it, you'll notice that the Social Trader Tools platform is detecting how many open symbols are in the box, the Market Watch box. So let me show you what that looks like. That's this area right here. There are too many symbols here. And what can happen is that if there are too many symbols here, it can actually cause some delay. sometimes a missed trade. So what they recommend is deleting them. That's why you're seeing that the Social Trader Tools platform, it's detecting that there's over 100 or 200 symbols added here to this list, and I just simply don't need them. Nobody does. I mean, you may not need them at all. I think a lot of people in the past used to skip this, but it did cause some problems as to why some people weren't always getting trades executed. There were just too many. It would just, your platform is getting too overloaded. So the way to remove them is to right click, open this up. So if you go up here, see this little option right here? This is the this button right there. It's the third option right there, and it's the market watch. You want to make sure you click that so that it opens up all of the currency symbols or whatever it is that's on your platform. It could be stocks, it could be indices, whatever it is. And you want to delete the ones that you're not even going to be paying attention to or bother with. I don't trade any of these currency pairs, so there's no reason for me to have them on there. So I'm going to right click anywhere in this box, and I'm going to go to symbols, and I'm going to click this box here. It opens up this box right here. This is where I'm going to find all of the symbols. So if I click the drop down, these are all of the normal major pairs that I trade. So I don't trade Euro Swiss, so you can remove that. You'll see here that it's highlighted because it's on this list, but I don't need it. So I can click hide right here. So that takes it away from this listing. So now we're down one from the many that are on this page. Now here's another one, Euro New Zealand. I don't trade that pair, so I can delete that. Euro Czech crown, so I'm going to delete that. You can see what I'm doing here. So just go all the way through the list, and I give you a list of all of the currency pairs that I trade on the members page, on this same page that you started with that reads thank you. That's the members page. So just make sure that the only ones that are highlighted like this with the yellow or gold box are the the currency pairs that I trade. So Australian dollar, yes, I do trade that. Like this is another one. Euro, Hong Kong dollar, don't trade that. So we can get rid of all of these, and that's going to help eliminate the overflow or the excess demand, because when the markets start moving, all of these are updating, all of these are moving, and it's just too much demand for your platform. So you don't need them. So let's get that out of the way. So that's how you remove them, and just simply leave it clean. And then you can refresh after you remove them. You should have, let's say, no more than, let's say, 10 or 15, something like that. And you'll see here that they recommend below 50. That's what they recommend. Below 50 is optimal. Now go back over here to configurator. Now we're going to create the trade copier. And you have to give it some time. Again, you have to give it a few minutes for the system to detect your trading account that you just added. Now we're going to click on create copier. You'll see the send to box. This should show your account. It should show your email address that you used, because that was the descriptive name that you gave your profile, so that again I could find who you are. I know who you are. I know you're supposed to be using my trade copier. If I cannot recognize the name, then I would automatically assume that, because as I mentioned, people do give away these links. The people will find them, they'll get them, and they'll start stealing the trade copier subscription. And I can run out if people start stealing them and they start using the account and they copy my trades until I catch them, and then I delete them. We just delete the accounts if we cannot recognize who the descriptive name is. So again, this would be your descriptive name, the send to. So you're going to be copying trades from me, Joe's Trade Copier Service Verified, to your trading account, and you've come over here to create the trade copier. You may see it gray. It may show your account, but it'll be gray, or if the trading account was not accepted. Again, that's why on the previous page you needed to see that green checkbox or that check mark that indicates that your account was successfully added to the Social Trader Tools platform. Now we can start setting up the trade copier and the parameters. Now, number one, here are your drop-down menu options of how to copy the trades. If you have any questions about what these other options are, again, click on the help. I recommend using a fixed lot. A fixed lot does not adjust to the size of the lot size I use. You don't want that, because I may change my lot size at different times for different reasons, but you don't want your lot size to change. So keep it at a fixed lot. We're going to select fixed lot. Now here is where you're going to enter in the lot size that you specify, the one that you're comfortable with. Don't copy me, don't copy other people. Do what's right for you. You should have taken a few moments to verify and to figure out what the right lot size is for you. If you have any questions, contact your broker or contact Lark Funding, and they may help you, or your funding company. If it's not Lark Funding, they should help you. If not, contact your broker, which would be, let's say in this example, 8cap or whatever your broker is, and then ask them what is a safe lot size for your size trading account, because not all trading accounts are going to be the same. I have one $100,000 trading account, and I use a 0.1, and it gives me $10 per point, but I have another $100,000 trading account with another broker, and the 0.1 lot size is only $1 a point. So you be aware that there are some differences. So for that reason, that we never really know what we're going to get, I always recommend starting off really small. What I would recommend is, let's say, a 0.1 or a 0.05, something like that. And the reason that I recommend starting off small is that you want to have a couple of trades come through that are copying my trades, and you want to see what the total profitability is in the trade. Whether it was a losing trade, you want to see how much was lost based on this lot size. So to keep things simple, let's say we go ahead with 0.1, right? Let's say that you want more. You can use more, and you can come in here at any time and you can change it whenever you want. But I recommend just to test it to make sure that you get the results that you want. Make sure that you start off with something like this, and then see after, let's say, 2 or 3 days of trades, take a look at it, do the math, divide the profit into the number of points that were earned or lost on that trade, and then based on the lot size that you use, you can determine what you're winning or losing per point on all of the trades. And then you can take that figure and say, well, if the maximum drawdown is, let's say that you don't want to exceed 1 or 2% for the day, you can calculate by working forward off of those numbers. That's what I'm getting at. So you want to use a very low conservative fixed lot in the beginning. Remember, we're using fixed lot. Use a very low fixed lot. If you're comfortable with the results after a couple of trades and you can do the math and figure out that you want to increase it, then you can come in here and you can do whatever you want. Now, copying existing trades. Leave this set to no, the terms and conditions, and click Create Copier. Now, we're going to do a few other things here. You'll see that it reads success, created successfully. Perfect. Now, you'll see that there's a red box right here. This tells you the trade copier mode. I'm going to show you how you're going to turn on and off the trade copier anytime you want. So we have to turn this on, and we also have to complete a few other settings for this trade copier. So again, to verify, you'll see that Joe's trade copier service verified is sending trades to this account, which is your account, and here send to the name, which is your descriptive name, which should read your email address. Again, the same email address that you used when we sent you the invoice and you paid for my trade copier subscription. That's the safest way for me to identify who you are. That's the best thing to do. So now we need to go over here and we need to turn things on, and we need to add a few more other settings. So we're going to click on the gear option, and that's going to bring us to a new page. Now you can see a different set of options, because we've already created the trade copier, so that provides us with different options. So you're going to see risk settings, stops and limits, disable symbols, and map symbols. I'm going to talk about each one of these. The first thing we want to do is turn on the trade copier. So I'm going to click this. You'll see right here by default, it's on off. If you don't do this, then you're wondering why you're not getting any trades. This may be the reason. So we need to click it here. It's going to show on. Copy existing trades, again, no. We don't have to put anything here. And we're going to click update before we go to any of these other options. We're going to click update. So we want to turn this on just to make sure it's on. Now it's on. Success. Updated successfully. Now we can go over here to the settings. We're going to click on settings and reverse trades. Leave that to no. Risk type fixed lot, and then the 0.1, which is what we specified in the previous example and the previous pages. Now we're going to do something with the slippage here. We're going to change this to, so at this time I'm not trading US 30, for example, because it's too volatile and it's requiring larger stop loss at this point in time than what I was getting away with during the summer months. It wasn't as volatile during the summer months. So I'm not trading US 30 right now. I'll let you know with an email update. Remember, as I mentioned before, you want to make sure that you have provided us your information so that you're on that update notification email list for all subscribers. When I do start trading US 30, then I'll show you the changes that you need to make to the trade copier so that we can start getting those US 30 trades as well. Right now it's just exclusively Forex at the time that I'm making this recording. So I'm going to change this to 10. It's not really necessary, but just in case. You never really know, so that'll, because if it's too small, and let's say it just happens to move a little bit too fast, and technology, there's like a little lag time somewhere, but we don't know where it is, you may miss the trade, and you don't want to be upset about missing the trade. Now, it will shorten, depending on where it fills you, your total results. And normally we don't have to worry about it. Forex doesn't really move that fast, and I don't trade around the news where we have to worry about, excessive slippage. Max lot, go ahead and leave that to 50. Force minimum lot, I set that to no. So now we're going to click update. The only thing we changed here was slippage. Now we're going to go over here to stops and limits. Remember, after each time I click update, I want to see this green updated successfully box. Now we're going to go over here to stops and limits. And there's a few things we need to do here. Copy pending orders. I would set this to yes because on occasion, I might set in a buy stop or a sell stop on occasion. And if that happens, you want to make sure that it's copying my pending orders. Copy stop loss orders. Yes, you want to copy the stop loss orders because I do enter in a stop loss with my trades, and copy the take profit. So sometimes I manually close the trade when it hits the target, and other times I'll just enter in the take profit target and then I'll leave it alone. It depends on the type of trade and the strategy that I'm using. So again, here we're just going to make sure that all of these options are set to yes, and then we want to click update again, and we want to make sure that we see that green box up here indicating that it was successfully registering the changes that I just made. Now disable system symbols. Here is where you can turn off any one of these symbols that you don't want traded. Whatever the case might be. If there's just one that you absolutely hate and I trade it, you can turn it off. Again, if you want a list of all of the symbols that I trade, go to the members page, which is the thank you page after you sign up, and you'll see it there at the bottom of the page. Now, map symbols. This is something that we do want to make some changes on. I'm going to explain a few things, and I'll show you what it looks like. And it's important that you have this set up, or you may not see any trades. You may get a message, an email notification from your funding company that the trade was not executed, and you may be wondering why, and this could be the reason why. So I'm going to click on add map symbols, and I'll discuss what's going on here. So what this is doing is map symbol from, this is from my account. And let's say I'm trading the euro dollar. My broker does not have any extra characters added to the euro dollar symbol. But let's say, for example, you're using Lark Funding or another funding company, but I know 8cap does it. 8cap does add an extra symbol to an extra character to their symbol. And I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. So let's take the euro dollar, for example. I trade the euro dollar. And again, if you want to see which currency pairs I trade, go to the members page, the thank you page, where you started this whole process of connecting your account, and you'll see all of the symbols at the bottom. And you're going to need to create a symbol map for each one of these. So I'm going to go to the euro dollar, and here you'll see the euro dollar. This is just euro USD. I'm going to click on that. Now, if you're using 8cap, the system will detect that you're using 8cap, and then you have to come in here and link it correctly. So I'm going to go to the euro dollar again. Now, this euro dollar account does not have the .p. So, I'm sorry, .i. So let me show you what that looks like. Here is an 8cap account. We don't use this account. It's just a regular 8cap account, and you'll see here the euro dollar. The euro dollar has the euro dollar symbol with a .i added to it. So again, the account that I connected to this platform today in this video is not 8cap. But if you are using 8cap and your broker has an extra character added to that symbol, then that's what you have to map it to. So again, the reason that I'm not seeing a euro.i is that the Social Trader Tools platform knows what broker I'm using, and they know that my broker that I'm adding this account to copy trades doesn't add an extra character, but yours will. If you've added your 8cap account and the euro dollar has the .I added to it, you will see it here on this list. So again, you're going to have to, my broker does not, the account that I'm using to execute trades that you're going to copy from, I don't have that. So this is what I see. So you need to make sure that it reads map symbol from euro dollar, just the euro dollar, just as you see it here. But yours will have the euro dollar .I. You'll see it on this drop down menu. Even though you don't see it here, you will see it. And you want to make sure that it reads euro dollar .I. And then you click create map. So you see processing, and you'll see it right here. So yours will show map symbol from, which is my account. This is what I see. I simply see the symbol as it's supposed to with no extra characters. But yours, if you're using, for example, 8cap as your broker, you will see euro dollar .I. And you have to have that. You have to link this, because otherwise the trade copier system will not know. It's looking for the same symbol that's on your platform, on my platform. And if it doesn't see it, it won't execute the trade. That's what we're doing here. That's why we're creating a link for the trade copier to detect, oh, so I'm supposed to be copying trades from the euro dollar with no extra characters to this account that's the euro dollar with the extra character, the .I. That's what we're doing. Now, again, for this example, it reads AA.US because I couldn't find the euro dollar .I because I'm not using an 8cap broker for this example. Now, if you ever want to get rid of them, just click trash. Now, I recommend going through the list from my website that shows you all of the different symbols, the currency symbols that I trade. So you'll have to create one for each one. It only takes a few seconds. Now the next one, I'm going to go over here to the pound dollar. So GBP USD, this is what I see. Remember, I don't have any extra characters on my account. That's what you want to copy from. Now your account, again, if you're using 8cap, will read GBP USD.I. That's what you have to find in your drop-down menu, and then you're going to highlight it, and then you're going to click create map, and then it's going to add it to your list, and you just keep going. So again, the next one would be add symbol. So we're going to find GBP JPY, and on according to the list that's on my website. And this is going to show, again, map symbol to GBP JPY.I. That's what you're going to find, and then you're going to click create map. And then just to verify it, again, successful. And then here, it's going to show it here. This red box is just the trash. It doesn't mean that it's on or off or anything like that. It just means trash. So I can delete all of these right now. That's what I'm going to do because my account doesn't need them. But I want to show you how to make sure that you're mapping all of them. Now, if you miss any of the currency pairs and I execute a trade and you get a message, an email message that says that the trade wasn't copied, it just means that you didn't create the map. And remember, keep in mind, my platform does not have any extra characters to any of the currency pairs that I trade, but yours just might, and it does if you're using 8cap. You will have to find the currency pair .I and then make sure that you link it together and create the map. It only takes a few seconds. Again, if there's ever anything wrong with the trade copier, send us an email message. If we ever have to use TeamViewer, we can log onto your computer and we can change the settings for you. We can help you with things. I pretty much have covered everything that you need to be aware of. And if there's anything that I haven't, and if you've got any questions, make sure that you send us an email.